Hey guys, Bryce Tubbs here. I just want to come to you and talk about the 3 skills you need to become a bookkeeper. Now, whenever I talk about these 3 skills, I don't mean it's like in order for you to be good and like know the transactional side. I mean in order for you to really make money with your own accounting or bookkeeping business. That means that you don't have to work for anybody else. You control your hours, you control your schedule, and in a lot of cases you control your income. And the reason why I'm so gun-ho about telling people about this, because like it's just one of the best business models for you to start, if not the best for someone who's starting out. The reason why is because like when you get to a certain point in your business career, right? Oftentimes business owners, like if they're owning a construction company, an e-commerce company, a restaurant, they're gonna start having so much activity coming through their accounts. And if they are not on top of that, then they have to pay a lot of money in taxes. In order for their CPAs to really know and be able to predict ahead of time how much money they're supposed to be spending on taxes that year, they're in trouble. So every business owner, especially when they get to a certain point, they start hitting, over $1 million per year in revenue, and even when they start taking home, close to $1 million, they understand the need for why they need this person. So you don't really have to create this need, and it's more about just really connecting with business owners who are going to give you the proper amount of money and just make sure that you know exactly what to charge so you can start really hitting your goal. And I mean, the reason why it's important, like for example, I was just got off a coaching call with one of my students named Lori. And Lori, she got started with me it was like the first week in February. And within 61 days, she's at $8,000 per month. And she has a quote out on the market for about $6,000 for one of the new clients you might get, and then also another one for $600. Then she has another one which she's about to quote today, and she has all this money kind of coming at her. And she was like, "Whoa!" When we first got started, her goal was only to make $3,000 per month because she had been trying for like a year, and she just didn't really think that she could actually grow her business and get to 6 figures. And I was like, "Hey, dude, let's join the mentorship program. I got you. I know based on what you've done, you're not lazy. You're trying. You just don't have good pricing. You don't have good marketing, and you're not great at sales. Like you can't close a paper, or you can't close a barn door, is what we used to say in sales." And it's just kind of interesting to see because like once she really mastered these 3 skills, which we're gonna be talking about, that's when everything else really started going into place. Actually, I'll even throw in a bonus 4th skill. So the first skill that you need to know is you need to master pricing. Okay, so pricing is really the key. It's the main key in this whole business model. Someone asked, I have a YouTube video out, like how much can a bookkeeper, charge? How much can a bookkeeping business make per year? And someone said, well, how can you make 6 figures if most bookkeepers only charge between $18 to $23 per hour? The sarcastic response is you don't charge $18 to $23 per hour. The real response is you need to get good at pricing your service extremely high. Okay, that means learning how to talk about the value, learning how to actually price and know how much time it's going to take you, knowing how to actually fight when someone says, why are you paying that much money? If you can do that inside of your pricing, it's very easy for you to start overcharging. On the call I was doing with Lori, she was like, I have a client for $1,000 a month, and I almost felt guilty because I'm not really doing much work for him. And I was like, I know, that's the point. That's the point. So you're actually maximizing it, and that person's probably really happy to pay you that much money. She goes, yeah, like he didn't even care. I said, I know, because when someone's making, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 per month, and that's take home, right? That's after all their business expenses have been paid. That's their take home. Money is a lot different than what it is for like the average person. And the average person watching this, like if you're not making that much money per month, it's like this like esoteric kind of world that, you might have lived in at least one time, but I kind of wish that for everybody, where they just really understand like money is not really a real thing. Like when you have $40,000, $50,000 hit your account in 1 month, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I can't really spend this much money. You can spend this much money, but if you're like kind of frugal, like I'm relatively frugal. I don't have a huge I don't have a Lamborghini. I don't have like a huge mansion that costs millions of dollars per year, right? For me, like my expenses are extremely low, and I've done that by design, so I can save a lot of money and ensure that if I I'm always protected. I can take care of loved ones. I can take care of friends. I can take care of family. And I'm basically beating life, right? Because I have a huge, I've probably about a decade worth of savings saved up. And that's not counting my retirement funds and, my SEP. And that's just not really counting a lot of the places where money's held for me. And all that to say is, business owners, when they start having that much money, money doesn't really mean the same thing. But when you come at it and you don't make that kind of money, you think $500 a month is a lot of money. You think $1,000 a month is a lot of money. You think $2,000 a month is a lot of money. But to them, it's like, okay, it's just another expense I have to, just have to do in order to make sure my business keeps growing. And when you get the right person in front of you, when you charge them, $2,000 per month, they're seeing that $2,000 per month and they're saying, okay, so if I don't have to spend any time doing that, I don't have to think about that, that's going to actually give me an extra $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 every single month because I don't have to deal with that every single year or every single month, every single hour. And it's just a totally different way of thinking. Most people who have a huge business or they make a lot of money, they're thinking in terms of investment. They're not just thinking about the dollar amount. They're thinking about, what is this dollar going to give me in the future? And how fast am I going to see a return? And the faster they can see that return, the more money they're going to be willing to pay you. And it really comes down to your ability to do that. Now, the second skill set you need, right? Everyone's going to probably think I'm going to say like marketing's next. And I'm going to talk about marketing in a minute, but that's not even the most important skill set. The second most important skill set is being good at sales. Okay, the reason why is because when you're good at pricing and you know exactly what the value is, you can explain that value and just really easily, really succinctly. Number two, if you can learn how to go and really, sales is all about just understanding their problems, making sure you can kind of talk about what their concerns are in the heat of the moment, and then making sure that you can just hold them accountable at the end of the call to why they actually got on there, and just make sure they end up paying you money within, either on the call or within about like a week from, speaking with you. And the reason why that thing is so key is because the better you are at sales, the more you can raise your prices. We do inside of my program what's called a swagger fee. Now, a swagger fee is basically when the pricing calculator I give you tells you the price is like, $2,000 a month. But you're sitting there because you know in your mind this person is going to say yes no matter what price you charge. You go and add an extra $1,000 a month. And the reason why is just because you can. It's literally just because you can. I know I'm starting to get a little obnoxious. It was a really good day, and I was talking to one of my students. He bought a firm that was doing about $400,000 per month, and we were able to kind of add some strategic stuff, add a couple of advisory services, and he added anywhere between about, I think it was about $22,000 per month in top line revenue. And they're on track for about $800,000 this year. He's my biggest student right now. I don't have any other student that are over $800,000 per year. Pretty soon he'll be at the $1 million mark, and that'll be my first $1 million student. So that's exciting. I'm super excited to be able to do that and just to have that relationship developed. Now, all to say is, you got to be good at sales, because without sales you can't go and charge as much. You need to talk to millions of more people, and it's a lot harder for you to be able to get your business to grow. Versus if you're good at sales, you don't really have to worry about how many leads you have. And lead quality isn't even that big of a deal, because if you're good at sales, you can turn a bad lead into a good lead in the span of 45 minutes just by knowing how to communicate with them and knowing that, what to say to get them to see the value that you're already really good at succinctly talking about and providing. And that's sales, okay? Now, the next thing you have to be really good at, okay? This is actually, I won't even say marketing is the next one. The third best is actually going and getting referrals, okay? So when we talked about Lori earlier, the reason why she was able to go and get so much money so quickly is because she found a great referral partner. And part of how I help students out is actually show you like what you need to do to start getting people to refer clients to you. And the reason why it's so important is because you don't have to do all the work yourself. You don't have to be a great marketer if you learn how to get other people who are already great marketers to start sending leads to you. That's the key. That's the hidden secret that no one knows how to do. And once you know how to do that, like we've had students like Melissa. She was doing like $3,500 a month when she had like 30 clients. She went to about a little bit over $10,000 per month with only about 37 clients. So once she was able to, she already had all those clients, but they're really, really, really low paying. She didn't really know how to price them before we got started. So she came into the program. I just gave her the pricing calculator so she knew exactly how much to charge. Then she started getting referral partners. She had 2 referral partners that in the first month, one of the referral partners actually sent her 11 leads. Then she improved her sales skills, so she was able to close 5 out of those 11 leads and ended up getting them to be like really, really nice sized clients. At one point, she had one that was, the cleanup, and it was like a 3-month project, but the person was paying her $6,000 per month to go and clean up the books. And it was just a mixture of she knew how to price it, knew how to do sales, she got the referral. That's money. Like that's it, guys. Like this stuff is not a very complicated game. It's just you need to be able to know that. Now, the fourth skill that you need is you need to be able to you need to be good. And when I say good, like you don't need to be like a master marketer. Like you don't need to know how to make a million pieces of content. It's more you need to learn exactly how to actually go and get in front of the right people who will make it easy for you to be able to go and get money. And that's really what marketing is. And so like the fourth skill that you need is marketing, right? Because whenever you have the ability to be able to go and just turn on an automated system and just go and get leads so profitably and so quickly, that's what really ties all this stuff together, right? For example, I was on the phone with one of my students named Crystal last night. It was kind of a coaching call. It was a little bit later than what I usually do, but she really had an interesting thing kind of pop up. So we were looking through her LinkedIn. That's one of the platforms that I like to teach my students to use, and I was like, okay, cool. So we need to set up this version of doing it and go in and actually talk to this kind of prospect. Here's this exact message script you need to be saying, and then actually, get them on the phone. So she did that. Within about 24 hours, she got a lead who was interested in doing the call with her. They're actually about to meet probably in the next hour or so. So I can't wait to check in on her and see exactly how much money the person's gonna be paying her. So it's so funny. Like all this stuff happens really quickly. It's just you need to know exactly those 4 skills. Like as long as you have those 4 skills, you know how to price your stuff, you can sell it really easily, you can go and get referrals, and if you don't have referrals that week for a reason, you know how to actively go and build a relationship with someone in the span of 10 to 15 minutes to go and get them to be interested in doing a sales consultation with you. You don't have to worry about money. You don't have to be asking, am I a business owner? Can I actually do business? Like, am I going to be struggling? And it just gives you this kind of sense of control and this sense of exactly what you need to do in order to grow. And it was funny when I was talking to the student, Lori, who made $8,000. Again, I know I keep referring back to her, but on the call, at the middle of the call, I was like, okay, so cool. So you got to $8,000. Do you know what levers you need to pull in order to go and double your income? And then she goes, yes. I was like, okay, cool. So just so we're on the same page, the first lever is going to be making sure that you can go and keep your LinkedIn running and actually use the automated system to grow and double the amount of leads you have. Okay, cool. Now the second thing that she had to do is go and we have like a system for getting referral partners. There's 2 different versions of the system. The one that she's using is pretty automated. So I said, okay, cool. So you just go and automate the referral outreach process. And you just do twice as many as what you've done, or you just take twice as long, and then you're gonna have the same result, and you've doubled your income. So like, okay, cool. And that's the level of control that I want for everybody. So like if you're watching this thing and maybe you've been trying to grow your business, but you just don't feel like you're in control. You don't feel like you know exactly what you need to do in order to grow your business consistently. I just want to invite you to come and book a call to see if I can help you out. Now, keep in mind, my program and working with me inside the mentorship program is not for everyone. Like if, there's a number of different reasons why someone might not be a good fit. So I had to be very, very, very specific and particular with who I actually accept inside the program, because I am running my accounting firm and the mentorship program. So I need to make sure that you're a good fit and I can actually get you results, because there's nothing worse than accepting the wrong person to the mentorship program. It doesn't work for them, and then not only is your reputation ruined, but 2, you have to deal with someone who's yelling at you on coaching calls, so they're very upset and very disgruntled. I don't really have time for that. I've worked too hard to build up a good reputation inside of the community to take on people who I can't help. So if you want to see if I can help you out and go and reach your goal, whether that's, making $10,000 a month, $12,000, $15,000 per month in your business within the next 12 months, then I invite you to go ahead and click on the link inside the description below or the comment section below, depending on where you're seeing this, to go ahead and book a call with me to see if I can help you out. If I can't help you out, I'll be the first one to let you know, and I'll point you in the right direction and give you some resources to help you. But if I can, I'll make you an offer. In some cases, it's an offer that you can't refuse because it's just so good. And really, there's a lot of cool things we have inside of that. So if that's you, I'll see you on the call. If you're not quite ready yet, that's okay too. Keep watching these videos, and I'll see you in the future. Have a good one.